Hey, YouTube here, Terry Green TV. Hit that rock, hit that subscribe button. Just wanted to make a quick video about the new direction the channel's going to go. Been thinking about this a lot lately, and I think it's good for us to share some stories, but just talk about life in general and struggles and how being on top and then getting yourself in situations and getting knocked back down due to bad decisions, bad choices. Not only that, but struggling with alcoholism. So just a quick brief. My family. I come from a long line of alcoholics. I was no exception to it. I didn't really realize I was alcoholic until some things that happened to me that made me realize I needed to get that under control. So clean and sober for over 5 months at this point. Have no intention of going back on that. Enjoying life now without it. I also, just want to talk about spiritual journeys and physical journeys. People find different ways to relieve stress. Life is stressful. I think the last year has been extremely stressful for everybody. And then, I think as we see, mental health has been a real big issue over the last year. And, you can change that with physical health and spiritual health. So I want to kind of change the platform over to really dig into, talking about Jesus Christ and looking at, the Word and how people start their day, how I start my day. So just a little brief of what I usually do. And of course, this is open for suggestions. People that have been doing it longer, ways that they like to look at it or how they interpret it. I think that this platform will be good to kind of build that community, just to build the word of Christ and how we get that word out and how we can bring others to Christ, how we can bring others from addiction, drug addictions, alcohol addictions. The more that we can talk about it, the more we can get it out there. So my day usually starts, I read Proverbs every day, start my day with wisdom and figure out, I think most people get the Bible construed in the sense of taking things too figuratively and not looking at what the word says and how to make it apply. And people wait for these giant miracles that they may not seem or think they come. But a lot of times I find reading the word that there's answers to everything that you just don't even think about. You may think or pray on something one day and you may not see it in action, but you may read about it or it may resonate to you in a different way, especially through the word. So that's how I start my day. And then where I've taken it since then is I really started digging into the book of John. I think John is very uniquely different than the other gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. John is really talking about the spirituality of Jesus Christ more so than the physical lifestyle that Jesus led. So John is a really good starting point. I think it is for me anyway. Again, I like to hear other people's opinions on that. So that would be hopefully that we can start these conversations as we all can learn more from each other. It's building the platform. It's building a community to where we can, just learn from each other and just get a good word in. So that's where the spirituality starts. And again, this is not a situation where I'm going to talk about politics and other religions or speak bad about other people's religions, because we're all different. And what works for you, I believe as long as you believe in one true God, that there is, one creator, then, what your belief system is doesn't change who you believe in is that one creator. So I think me being a Christian, that's just my choice and preference. So, I'm not going to bash anybody else or what they do or what they believe in. I think this is more of a, I like to hear more from more Christians and listen to their stories and testimonies. I think it'll be great. And as we go along, you'll hear more about my testimony, the things I've been through in life, where I come from, some of the things I've been through. And also we can talk about the physical aspect. So I was at a point in life where I was really fit, and then probably in the last 6 years kind of let it go. work, life, stress, kids. When you have a life and you're always busy and you're always working hard and you're consistently moving, finding that time, especially when you have kids, is hard. But I'm trying to get back to that. And it's another thing we can talk about is fitness and fitness goals, diets, exercise, things like that. I think, because I believe it all ties into one, right? You got to have a clean spiritual mind, but you also have to have a fully functional and healthy temple for that spirit. So, I think it's, again, good starting points for us to recreate this channel and make it into a positive, building community around the Word of Christ, on top of trying to get the, how we implement the physical aspect, or making some time for yourself to get yourself physically fit to, live a long and productive life, and also release stress. I find out working out in the gym, it allows me to work out some stresses throughout the day. So, like I said, I like to hear other testimonies. We'll get into my testimony. What made me decide to quit drinking and just really dive into the Word of Christ. I mean, it's been a long year, and we'll get into that. And I think, things that we find out about each other or hear about each other, those testimonials that they'll build, and we can hopefully touch others with what we're talking about, and bring everybody in and get everybody to understand, like, no matter how lost you may seem at the moment, no matter how down you seem, or no matter how hard you think things are, there's people that are willing to listen and share their experiences with you, and also give you, the Word of Christ, and how that helped, and how, I'm going to be completely honest with you, as much as you try to change things yourself, nothing happens without giving your worries and stress over to Christ, and allowing Him to work for you. So, I think I want to rebrand this channel. I'm going to take off a lot of negative content that has been on here. I don't want to get involved in all the YouTube hype and, bashing people or being overly opinionated about subjects such as politics. And honestly, we're living in a time right now where it's unprecedented. It's a lot of hate. It's a lot of division. And I think the more people hear the Word of Christ and center themselves, the better off we all can be, because we're all one. We're all children of Christ, and we're all God's children. So, I think when we really break that down and work together, we can make a more productive, better world for everybody, because I feel like over the last few years, we really lost our way. And as it goes on, it's just becoming more difficult for people that find common ground on, a litany of issues. Again, I don't think we're going to get into any political aspects or things like that, but I think what we need to understand is we're all children of Christ, and we're all, our Father is God, and how we treat each other. We should treat each other the same as we would treat anybody else, as far as your brother or sister, because we are all brothers and sisters in Christ. So, I want to share that word. I want us to build together. I don't want to indulge in any negative aspects, or getting any negative theories, conspiracy theories, how you feel about vaccinations or the pandemic and things like that. I like to hear stories about how Christ works for you, and how, help people that are fighting addictions. And I'm currently fighting my addictions. I'm working on me on multiple fronts, and how we all can work as a community together to do that. So anyway, this is Terry Green TV. Again, I want to go ahead and rebrand this channel. I'm going to start updating about, we're going to get away from the urban legends and the myths and investigations and things like that, and we're going to build a platform community of talking about Christ and talking about addictions, and how to work through it together. And that's where I like to see this channel go. So, hopefully, if you're currently subscribed, maybe hearing some, positive reinforcements, or just taking some little snippets of word and making your day a little more positive, I'm hopeful for that. Anybody else that comes along and joins, hopefully you can add positivity to the channel. Again, we don't want to build a channel off of negativity. We don't want to build a channel off of the negative social political climates in our country. We want to talk about how do we get through this together as children of Christ, and how do we build our bodies to help that goal, and how do we treat each other. So, and let's hear some testimonies. Let's help people through addictions, and let's reach as many people as we can. That's the goal. That's my goal. So anyway, thank you for listening. Hopefully the rebrand goes well, and we all can build this positive community, reach as many people as we can. And with that, I'm going to say subscribe. Have a good day. God bless.